Okay. Wonder After Dark, the only show that starts with about 1 minute of nothing. Okay. Certainly awkward. Don't have anyone watching yet. That's great. That's great. I do be waiting on an audience. I feel like tonight's episode's just not going to have an audience. God, if it doesn't, this is going to be a really short one. That's great. Hurry the fuck up. Yep, this is great. Looks like I'm going to be doing this for an audience of 0. I sound like such an entitled bitch. Four minutes, no audience. I'm this close to just either starting the show without an audience or just ending it now. Because I don't like to start until we have an audience, but... God. We were just active 35 minutes ago. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to have an audience for this one. Oh my god. This is great. That's what I get for putting on a show like this when someone's on vacation and the other is Canadian. That's what I get. Alright, what did this say? Yeah, I don't think we're gonna have an audience for this episode. Oh, oh, never mind. Got 6 minutes of me standing in silence. That's lovely. I really should just call this my filler episode. This replay is going to be so lovely because I'm just going to look like such a bitch even though I'm not. I just can't help being a bitch. God, me stupid. Start the show tonight. See if we have. No, we do not. Okay. 7 minutes, 7.5 minutes of me doing nothing while waiting for an audience to show up. Oh my god. Hi, Jess. You probably should have postponed tonight. Whoopsie daisy, I know thinky. Okay, yeah, I'm a dummy. Big, big dummy. You know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna start the show, even though it's already been 8 stupid ass minutes. Hey, why was this on CBS class? Okay, you know what? 9 minutes. I'm just gonna start the stupid show, even though it's only already 8.5 minutes in. Welcome to Wonder After Dark. 8 minutes in, even though I was just standing here doing nothing, because I thought my audience would show up earlier. Wonder After Dark, the only show where I waste too much of the episode's run time waiting for something that will never come. Just like me, never come. Anyway, I guess I'll just get the boring part out of the way. There are 2 topics I would like to discuss on tonight's episode, but considering I've already wasted 9.5 minutes waiting for tonight's non-existent audience, I feel like I'm only going to have time for the 1 topic. Hence why this episode is named after 1 thing and not 2. Oh my god, and if my audience shows up right towards the end of this episode, I am not repeating myself. So that's fucking lovely. Anyway. Anyway, there are 2 topics I would like to, and Twitter is just freezing like crazy. Okay, anyway. There are 2 topics I would like to cover on tonight's episode. but considering I've already wasted 11 minutes, yeah, I've already wasted enough time. I don't know if I'll do 2 topics in this episode or just 1. But there are 2 topics I would at least like to talk about on this episode, if we have time or even if we have a fucking audience. First topic, I'm just going to go ahead and get into the first topic. 1 year ago, July 21st, 2023, a little something happened called Barbenheimer. What was Barbenheimer? What is a Barbenheimer? Well, the name is derived from 2 completely unrelated feature films. Barbie from Warner Bros. Pictures and Oppenheimer from Universal Pictures. Yes, I am aware it is actually pronounced Oppenheimer, not Oppenheimer, but I just think Oppenheimer sounds better, or I just think Oppenheimer just sounds better. I don't know what it is, but Oppenheimer just sounds wrong to me, even though it's correct. Anyway, but back on topic. So basically, Barbenheimer, good lord. Barbenheimer, the name is derived from the 2 movies, Barbie and Oppenheimer. Okay, but what the fuck was Barbenheimer? Well, Barbenheimer, son of a bitch. Okay, Barbenheimer, although if that right there, if that does not sum up tonight's episode in a nutshell, I don't know what does. Anyway, Barbenheimer Barbenheimer was a cultural phenomenon kind of event which referred to the release of both Warner Bros. Barbie and Universal's Oppenheimer on the same day, July 21st, 2023. Now, basically, the reason it was called Barbenheimer, other than the 2 films coming out on the same day, was that people dead ass made it a double feature. People would go to the theater, watch Barbie, and then stay, literally camp out at the theater to watch Oppenheimer right after. Anyway. Okay, now we're going to have an audience. This episode is already just dissolved in a bad way. Can't wait to have to fucking repeat myself. Yeah, I'm going to have to fucking repeat myself. Oh my god. To people years from now who might stumble across the replay, I swear I'm not normally this rude. I'm not trying to sound rude. I just have anger issues. It's nothing to worry about, however. I cannot help it. But anyway, yeah, Barbenheimer, okay. I have them too. Okay, we have an audience. Even though I don't personally want to repeat myself, welcome to Wonder After Dark. Again, not trying to sound rude. I would hate this. Embrace your anger, my apprentice. Again, not trying to sound rude, but even though I really don't want to repeat myself, I'm still going to repeat myself, because you weren't around to listen. But if you were late, no worries. I would hate to get mad at an audience member for being late. Anyway, I guess to recap or repeat what I had already said, even though I was getting to that, you weren't around to hear me explain. Basically, for the second time this episode, good Lord help me, get mad at me now. Okay, bitch. Anyway, Barbenheimer, the name, I just did, ass face. Anyway, I'm going to stop there before YouTube flags this. Anyway, Barbenheimer, the name, is derived from two totally unrelated motion pictures. Barbie and Oppenheimer. And yes, I am aware that it's actually pronounced Oppenheimer, but Oppenheimer just sounds more natural to me. Anyway, okay, so now we know what the name Barbenheimer means, but what the fuck was or is Barbenheimer? Well, Barbenheimer was kind of I'm kind of uninterested, no offense. Don't worry, it only gets more uninteresting from here. But anyway, Barbenheimer was the kind of unofficial event that was spawned from kind of the best freak accident. Basically, Warner Bros. And Universal had scheduled both of their films for the same day, July 21st, 2023. So both Barbie and Oppenheimer landed on the same day, with many dubbing the occurrence Barbenheimer. At first it just started as a goofy little internet meme, but then it transcended that and kind of just spiraled out of control, with many turning it into a legit double feature. People would literally go to the theater, get tickets for Barbie, sit through Barbie, and then camp out, stay at the theater for Oppenheimer. Which is funny when you stop and consider how long these fucking movies are. Barbie is 1 hour and 54 minutes long, while Oppenheimer is exactly 3 hours long. So yeah, you'd be sitting on your ass for a long fucking time if you did that double feature in the theater. Anyway, now, I only saw one of these in theaters. I only saw one of these when they came out. I did not see both. Take a wild shot in the dark as to which one I Anyway. Comedy. Anyway, I only saw one of these when they came out in the theater. Take a wild shot in the dark as to which one hoof job. Do I dare comment on that? Anyway, back on topic. I only saw one of these when they came out in theaters. Take a wild shot in the dark as to which one it was. Which one do you think... Oh yeah, he's real poopy. Anyway, take a wild shot in the dark as to which one you think I ended up seeing when it came out in theaters on July 21st, 2023. You saw Barbie. You would be correct. I did not see Oppenheimer. I just didn't. Mainly because, okay, I can sit through a 3-hour movie at home. You basically just spoiled the rest of this episode. Anyway. But yeah. I saw Barbie in theaters. I did not see Oppenheimer. It's not that I wasn't interested, but okay, I can sit through a 3-hour movie at home with no issues. In fact, I can just sit through a 3-hour movie with no issue if it's interesting. The problem is... Oh wait, what does it say? I'll discuss my relationship with the Barbie dolls and franchise in a minute. I wasn't ignoring that, it's just I'll save kind of my response for that. in a minute. But anyway, I guess I should probably specify. I did not see Barbie the day it came out. I actually saw it a little while after. Specifically on National Cinema Day in the US, which, if you don't know what that is, that's basically, let's make the ticket prices so astronomically low that even Mexicans will pull up to the theater. Yeah. Yeah, basically that's National Cinema Day for you. Low-ass ticket price. I mean, you could say that. You could say him, you could say redacted, but anyway. But back on topic. Name withheld. You have name withheld, I have redacted. But, well, I had redacted. Or I guess I still have redacted, because he seems to still be watching, but I don't know if that's enough to say I still have it. Anyway, let's get back on topic. I saw Barbie in theaters. I still have not watched Oppenheimer. Mind you, are you sure? Anyway, okay, I'm gonna go back off topic. You love them. You still do. Okay. I mean, yes, yeah, but I have my moments where I'm like, if you cared, you would have told me. So okay, when I say like I hope you insert thing here, it's partially a joke. Like, oh Jesus Christ, I've opened a can of. I didn't even open a can of worms. I opened a can of Heinz. I opened the whole beans. Not just one bean, the whole beans. Okay, but basically, when I say I hope such and such happens, that's me being jokey. Let's accept it and move on. Anyway, time to get back on topic before the next... I forgive you. Okay. Time to get back on topic before this show ultimately flies off the rails again. By the way, sorry for mentioning redacted. It will happen again. Anyway, but back on topic. I saw Barbie in theaters. I still have not watched Oppenheimer. Well, anyway, what do I think of the two movies based on what I've seen of them? I forgive. Anyway, let's get back on topic. Anyway. Okay. Basically, I've seen Barbie in its entirety. I have only seen clips and the trailers for Oppenheimer. Yeah, Barbie is just the better movie. Like, obviously, it's the one that I've seen. I don't doubt that Oppenheimer is a good movie. Clearly, when it got all these Oscar nominations, won a few, and I've never seen Barbie, believe it or not. Considering that Canada is weird, I wouldn't be surprised if it just didn't come out over there. But anyway, back on topic. But Barbie. If you put... I don't have a copy of Oppenheimer, but if you were to put Barbie and Oppenheimer in front of my face, and I had to pick just one to have, well, I'm obviously picking Barbie. I guess I probably should also explain, as a Canadian, I'm sorry that I haven't. No worries. Anyway, now, I guess I probably should explain, do I really have any familiarity with Barbie dolls, the Barbie franchise, you name it? Do I have any familiarity with Barbie outside of the movie? I mean, I always knew, Barbie dolls and such existed. I've been in the presence of quite a few. Did I ever play with them as a kid? No. Do I have any in here right now? No. Did I go out and buy any because of this movie? No. I have nothing against Barbie at all. It's just, I was never a Barbie kid. I wasn't even one of those nasty little ones who would take a naked Barbie and do ungodly things with it. I wasn't even one of those nasty little kids. Although if you were a kid, that was probably a universal experience. You know what? I just filled the risky joke quota that Spider would normally fill. She has nothing, all flat. Funny you mentioned that. Anyway, back on topic. But basically, I will say though, as somebody who like never played with the dolls and no, I mean Barbie does have a booty, but nothing else. Anyway, but as somebody who never played with Barbie dolls when they were a kid and still doesn't, when I first heard that a live-action Barbie doll movie was in the works, I thought it sounded like a shit idea. Like, I was like, this is gonna suck. Because, like, when you think Barbie, especially just any doll, any toy, that does, just knowing the association there, SpongeBob, that don't surprise me. Seems like how you would have gotten Little Me to touch something. But anyway, you know, Little Me, back when I was a sexist little pig. Anyway, but... oh yeah. That wasn't dirty, though. I just said... that... you seem to have misinterpreted what I said as a dirty joke. That wasn't a dirty joke. I was just saying that the brand association with SpongeBob, that's probably how you would have gotten me to play with something like that as a kid. That wasn't dirty. There was nothing wrong about, unless I horribly worded that. You said, never mind, I just misinterpreted all those no's as completely unironic, so I'm the dummy. Wonder After Dark, the only show where I completely misinterpret the audience's text-based body language. Anyway. But when I first heard that there was a live-action Barbie doll movie in the works, I was still like, this is gonna suck. Because when you think Barbie dolls, you don't think live action. You think... okay. I mean, I'm still going to kind of carry on from my manufactured, well, not script, but, I mean, yeah, not really. I mean, these live streams are not scripted. I kind of just decide the topic and I go from there. Shit. Audible? No, it isn't. I know here. Wait. Are my headphones? Oh, wait, no, my headphones are not on. I thought the headphones were still on. I genuinely cannot hear anything. That is so inaudible. I can't hear anything. Wonder After Dark, the only show where we talk about Barbie and then get met with technical difficulties. Jesus Christ. Fuck. I can't hear anything. inaudible. You know, oh, God, of course my phone screen. Jesus Christ. This, I should have just named this My Messy Episode, because this really is a mess. This gotta be the most unprepared I have ever been. Okay, shit. Oh wait, there we go. I think that did it. There we go. I'm a dummy. Okay. This is going to be a fun one. I have no idea how well. I don't know how well this audio is coming out on camera. Anyway. Okay. I'm just going to carry on from where I was. Anyway. Basically, my brain just went doo-doo fart. Oh. Shit. The fuck just happened? Damn it. Jesus, this really is. This entire stream so far is a mess. Oh my God. It's not even Wonder After Dark, it's Wonder in the Trash Can. I call it bold and brash. More like belongs in the trash. Oh my God. Oh, I don't know what happened. Yeah. Oh my God. Wonder After Dark, the only show that just dissolves. Yeah, oopsie. Oh my God. Oh boy. This... Am I really going to make this episode public? Because, my God, this is a shit show. Oh my God. Anyway, let's just get back on topic, because this has already just become a mess. Anyway, Barbie. Is it a... Okay. Jesus Christ. Okay, so let's see. Batman meets Godzilla, then this entire episode so far. What will be the next thing to break me? Oh my God. Anyway. Yep, we all are. Anyway. But Barbie. When I heard there was a live-action Barbie movie in the works, I was like, this is gonna suck. Especially because... I mean, yeah, Barbie is a human being. So, you know, Barbie Ken, all that. But, you know, at the same time, when you think Barbie in film and television, you think the 90 kajillion direct-to-DVD movies. No, seriously, I swear to you, there's like... I don't even know how many direct-to-DVD Barbie movies there have been, but there's just too many to count. I swear to you. But, yeah. But then when the first cast photos came out, specifically of Margot Robbie as Barbie, oh God, did I switch up so fast. I went from... Oh yeah, good lord. Anyway, when the set photos first came out of Margot Robbie as oh yeah, I am never going to watch those direct-to-DVD Barbie movies. You cannot make me. But anyway, when I first heard, but when the set photos first came out, I switched up so fast. I went from this is gonna suck to this is gonna be peak. Because Margot Robbie as Barbie legit is perfect casting at its finest. Like, because. That's your lore reason. Because. Anyway. But I went from this is gonna suck to this is gonna be peak. Oh, and yeah, she is. But anyway. Like, that is perfect casting at its absolute finest. And then when we heard the premise of, oh, Barbie's coming to the real world. I'm gonna... Jesus. Anyway, but then when we heard the plot of, oh, Barbie's coming to the real world, I went from this is gonna be peak to this is gonna suck. Because that's just the generic kids movie plot and premise. Oh, the fantasy character leaves their fantasy world and comes to the real world, and all sorts of wacky hijinks ensue. I watch My Little Pony for the plot. Oh God, I wish Spider was here to see that. The plot, aka Rainbow Dash. Anyway. Okay, but yeah, that. Oh my. Okay, but the plot. I was like, this is gonna suck. Because it's just the generic kids movie plot. Like, oh, the fantasy character is leaving their fantasy world and is coming to the real world. I thought those birds were coming from outside for a second. But anyway, spoil Barbie for me. I will do that in a minute. But basically, give me a minute. Okay, but did I think Barbie... But did I think Barbie was a good movie? Did I think it was bad? Well, basically, here's the basic plot. I know you said spoil it. I'm not going to give, like, the entire plot away, but I'm just gonna give the basic plot summary. Basically, the film depicts two worlds, Barbieland and the real world. It's never really elaborated what the fuck is going on exactly. Yeah, they show that Barbie coming to the real world is completely literal. It's not a dream sequence or anything. I guess here's your spoiler. The movie does not end with two kids playing with the dolls. It's all completely literal. Anyway, it's all completely literal, but they also don't explain, like, is this whole movie a dream or what? But anyway, Barbieland is where all the Barbies and Kens and Alan and Midge live, while the real world is where we all live. Sometimes the real world is as miserable and depressed. That is true about Groundhog Day. Anyway, sometimes the real world is exactly no different. Anyway, sometimes the real world is as depressing, miserable, and insufferable as our own. And then other times it's just as cartoony, zany, and ridiculous as Barbieland, with little to no explanation. Anyway, stereotypical Barbie, played by Margot Robbie, is going through a bit of an existential crisis. You know, living that perfect life every single day. And of course she meets up with Weird Barbie, played by Kate McKinnon, who basically says she has to go to the real world to meet the kid who's playing with her and is triggering these existential... Oh yeah, something connection between the kid playing with the doll and the dolls themselves. So is this a dream? Is this literal? The film never makes it very clear. But anyway, basically, Barbie then has to go to the real world. And Ken kind of comes along too, because he's just Ken. From then on, it basically becomes Barbie and Ken going on all sorts of goofy shenanigans in our world. Or rather, it becomes Ken is a douche. Yeah, basically, he actually is in this movie. Or rather, it becomes Ken, or rather, it follows Ken becoming obsessed with horses and being around other guys, while Barbie gets treated like shit. That is basically the extent of it. And the movie from then on explores themes of patriarchy, female empowerment, a power struggle, and other... Do I dare? No, I'm not gonna. I'm not going to do that. Anyway. Oh god. Anyway. Hey. Oh my god. That's not just his origin story, that's where he is now. Anyway. Oh my god. Back on topic. But that's basically the plot of all. Oh yeah. Something Will Ferrell is also the CEO of Mattel. And he's just as goofy as the rest of the characters. Yeah, that's basically the plot. Plot. Boot. Yeah. But Barbie... Will Ferrell is funny. And of course he's no exception here. He is legit funny here. Yeah. But anyway... But Barbie is a great movie. You're probably expecting a lot more from that, like a more detailed review, but I really can't give much of a review. Like, you know, the set design, the fact it's pretty much practical. Like, they could have, for the Barbieland sets, they could have easily just CGI'd everything. In fact, they could have just had Barbieland entirely be CGI, and then when they come to the real world, they become Margot and Brian, but no. Is there a... Because they're based. Anyway. Are they smart? Yes, they are. Anyway. But... Jesus Christ. But basically... The set design is just great. Am I stupid? We're all stupid. The set design is great. The costume design is on point. The music is great. The comedy... Oh yeah, that's another thing. There were many things The butt was butt. There are many things I expected out of this movie. It being PG-13 was not one of them. Although, granted, that doesn't matter anyway, because in Canada, a PG-13 movie like this one would be rated PG. How do I know this? Because Once Upon a Deadpool, which was the PG-13 cut of Deadpool 2, was rated PG in Canada. So I assume Barbie was PG over there too. But again, you haven't seen it, so... But basically, either PG or 14A, depending on what the content is. Yeah. Suggestive references and brief language. Specifically, she gets her ass slapped one time, and she's also treated like an object in the real world. Okay, yeah, I was just making sure. You know, imagine being Margot Robbie and you're handed a script in which your booty gets slapped by a man. Over here, PG still means something. Yeah, over here, PG means G, but with farts. Like, like, guys. I'm just fact checking this so I don't sound stupid. Yeah, like, guys, Inside Out 2 did not need to be rated PG. It just did not. There was nothing G rated, or nothing PG about Inside Out 2 before 19. Yes! But anyway, well, PG still meant something when PG-13 came into the picture, but after a couple years, that something just, woo. But yeah, Oppenheimer. Haven't seen it, but it looks boring as shit. And fun fact, Spider has seen Oppenheimer, and while he does enjoy it, he too thinks it's a little overrated. So, I guess we'll regurgitate his opinion as my own. Overrated. And if you need any proof of that, people still talk about Barbie to this very day. Yeah, I did know that as an American. But anyway, yeah, people still talk about Barbie a year later. I don't see anyone talk about Oppenheimer. Like, once the Oscars came and went, Venom 2 used it funny. Yes, it did. Anyway, but people still talk about Barbie a year later. I don't see anyone talk about Oppenheimer anymore. I mean, yeah, that too. Like, once Oppenheimer kind of, I never heard it. I don't know how. It was basically shoved down people's throats for the same amount. Anyway, but once it came out on Peacock, which is the NBC streaming service in the US, but once it came out on Peacock, the hype kind of died down a little, and then once the Oscars kicked on, it came back, and then now it's just, there's no hype. I don't even see tweets about it anymore. But yeah, you might be diabetic. Anyway, but Barbs. Oppenheimer, haven't seen it. Barbie, I have seen it. Barbie, good movie, great movie. Go watch it, please, pretty please. Anyway. Oh yeah, and I guess I probably should. If you need any proof that Barbie was a huge hit, okay. If you need any, I guess before we move on, if you need any proof that Barbie was a huge hit, the film had a budget of between $128 and $145 million and made $1.446 billion at the worldwide box office. Billion. And you know it was a hit because pretty much soon after it achieved its success, Mattel then greenlit and proceeded to announce a bunch of other movies based on their toys. So I hope you're ready for the Mattel universe because that's what we're going to be getting. So yeah. It was. Oh yeah, and I guess before we move on, okay. I guess before we move on, in August 2023, 1 month after it released, it was announced that the film would be re-released in IMAX theaters on September 22nd, 2023 for 1 week only. The IMAX edition starts with an on-screen introduction by Greta Gerwig, who notes the advantages of the IMAX format. The film then features a, at the time, never-before-seen post-credits scene, which includes Margot Robbie's Barbie in her 1959 Barbie bathing suit, Jesus Christ, I cannot read. Taking a human-sized Ken doll on camera, which then transforms into Ryan Gosling's Ken, which is then followed up by a bunch of outtakes. And of course, that's the version that did not make it to physical. Yeah, you know, the version that has outtakes and a post-credit scene. That was not the version that was included on DVD, Blu-ray, streaming. Well, not exactly the alternate cut. The movie was the same. Only difference was post-credit scene. But, of course, that post-credit scene was never released outside IMAX. Discord, okay. I'm not saying that, because I don't want to get sniped. That's too much of a liability. My God, last night, I'm shocked last night's episode didn't get me thrown in juvie. You really expect? Get Wesley Snipes. Blade, the movie that'll never release. Anyway. But, of course, the version with the post-credit scene is not the one that made it to physical. Yeah, leave it to Warner Bros. It was released on digital platforms on September 12th, 2023. What's the MCU going to do now that Kang is gone? It'd probably just make Deadpool the face. Anyway, it was released on digital on September 12th, 2023, and was released on 4K, Ultra HD, Blu-ray, and DVD on October 17th. And then it was released on Max on December 15th, including an American Sign Language version, which is also not on the physical. There's no complete release of this movie. But this is the 4K release that you can get pretty much everywhere. Warner Bros. 100. I want to learn ASL. I thought about Spanish before it happened. I mean, I do know little bits of Spanish, but celebrating every story. That's a lie if you know Warner Bros. Bruh, don't. Okay. I will stop there. But I mean, I do still know bits of Spanish. That has nothing to do with it. That was just me being truthful. I don't know a ton of Spanish, but I don't know a sentence long enough to respond to that, but I do know a lot. Anyway. 4K Ultra HD. 4K Ultra HD plus digital code. Pretty simplistic packaging artwork, but it's nice. It conveys what the movie's about quite nicely. Anyway, 4K Ultra HD, Barbie, Warner Bros. Same thing on the other side. That's Italian for... Of course it is. The back. And I love these releases where they don't actually list the bonus features that are included. It just says, say, bitch, I don't know how to pronounce that. I don't know how to pronounce that. Anyway, I love these releases where they don't even list the bonus features. Vaffangulo. I'm pretty sure saying that just summoned a demon somewhere, but anyway. I love these releases, by the way, where they don't even list the bonus features that are included, because the back just says 6 Barbie-tastic featurettes. And that's basically it. That's all it says. pretty much the same underneath, minus the Warner 100 branding. And even the disc is very simplistic. So simplistic that you need a flashlight to see it. Anyway, I know this is very crude, but there's the disc. Just the one 4K disc, movie plus bonus features. Just Barbie, 4K Ultra HD, HDR, Ultra HD Blu-ray, Warner Bros. And that's basically it. Okay, but, yeah. Barbie, movie I enjoy. Came out 1 year ago. Ha 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 ha, me. Perhaps on a future stream, I'll talk about the 4K format. Okay, yeah. It's a good one to have on there. But anyway, maybe on a future stream, I'll talk about the 4K format. But I'll save that for another time when we have more time. For now, I want to dedicate the rest of this episode to something totally unrelated from both Barbie and the Barbenheimer phenomenon. Let's put this away. What does it say? I mean, I respect your opinion, and I'm not going to argue with your opinion. I'm not going to act like my opinion is the only right one. Doing so would make me a shit person. But, okay, actually, let me just make it a bit more direct. I mean, yeah, I was basically going to say the long version of that. Basically, while I do like, you know, and yeah, I respect your point. But anyway, my opinion is, well, I'm kind of neutral. If a movie is making its debut on Blu-ray or its debut on 4K, oh, I will pick it up. Especially if it's a solid upgrade from what I hear, or there's new bonus content that was not available previously, or if it's just a movie I enjoy. But sometimes, you know, the lesser format is fine enough. Like, I'm trying to think of an example. Like, okay, this is kind of a just stupid, what does it say? Okay, yeah. This is kind of a what the fuck example, but do I wish that Disney, because remember, Disney owns 20th Century Fox. Do I wish Disney would release iRobot on 4K? I do. Would I pick up a 4K release of iRobot? I would. Do I think it's necessary, though? No. I think 1080p Blu-ray looks perfectly fine for this movie. Especially because, fun fact, the CGI in iRobot, oh yeah, iRobot is a weird movie. But I'm going to temporarily pause what we're talking about to showcase the funny image for the night. Anyway, back on topic. But yeah, would I pick up a 4K release of iRobot, for example? Oh yeah, I would. But is it necessary to get a 4K? No, it is not. Because, really, I just think the 1080p Blu-ray looks perfectly fine. Like, there's nothing really wrong with this. It's an old master, old transfer, but it looks fine. It's aged fine. Plus, I don't know. I feel like putting iRobot in 4K. Discord? Okay. Okay. I'm only showing because the image is fairly clean. Pika booty. Anyway. Back on topic. But I also... No. It's not Pika booty. My apologies. It's Pika dead. Anyway. But I also just think putting iRobot in 4K would probably make it look a bit faker. Because, look, this is a good movie, but let's just say 2004 CGI was not quite ready for it. So I do think Blu-ray is fine enough. But then... Okay. I think of another example here. Actually, yeah, this is... Oh, wait, what does this say? But then... Anyway, actually, perfect example. Do I wish My Little Pony the movie? Everything changed in the Fire Nation tag. I've never watched The Last Airbender. Anyway, do I wish My Little Pony the movie would get a 4K? Yes. But does 1080p Blu-ray look perfectly fine for this movie? Also yes. 4K is just not a necessity. VHS went. Okay, but anyway, what I wanted to talk about. Conversations that I've had with many people prompted this topic, including people that cut me off for outbursts I could not control. That time I'm not referring to anybody in particular. But anyway, I want to talk kind of an interesting era, that being 2006 to 2008. So, in 2006, two things happened. VHS was on its way out the door, and the high definition format was on the rise. Many people were upgrading their TVs to HD TVs. Many TV stations were starting to either broadcast in HD, produce their shows in HD, or were offering HD feeds alongside the SD feed. And of course, two home video formats were on the rise at the same time. HD DVD, created by Toshiba. Anyway, HD DVD, created by Toshiba, and Blu-ray, created by Sony. Now, at first, it looked like it would be a format war. Instead of a format war, it was more like a oops, because eventually all the companies moved over to Blu-ray, and HD DVD was basically... Yeah, that is ironic. But anyway, HD DVD was basically discontinued and not supported anymore within a year's time, pretty much. But basically, yeah. But anyway, now Disney, I don't know if you knew this, but Disney has two mentalities. Those mentality... Okay, anyway. Disney has two mentalities. The first mentality is take a leap of faith. They don't hop on something immediately until they do. And the second mentality that I've noticed in Disney is if you can't beat them, join them. I'm not going to go through every single instance of this, but Blu-ray was definitely an instance of that. Disney was interested clearly in the concept of high definition. I mean, this is Disney we're talking about. You present them with a home video format where you can present your movies in the highest quality possible. Chef's kiss. I mean, yeah, that's more so Disney nowadays. Disney did not used to be that purchase happy until, like, the last decade or so. Like, the late 2000s, early 2010s was when they got really bad about that. But anyway, back to where I was heading with this. Disney was interested in high definition. I don't know anything about WWE. Not saying that like I don't care, I just don't know anything. But anyway, back on topic. Disney was interested in the concept of high definition. They wanted a piece of the cake. I know Hulk Hogan, don't know anything about it. Anyway, but Disney wanted a piece of the high definition cake, but they were hesitant to hop on board because there were two formats. Do you go with HD DVD or do you go with Blu-ray? Most of the studios picked Blu-ray. In fact, the only one who really 100% signed on to HD was Universal. Go with Blu-ray. Well, basically, as I said, Disney at first held off. At first, Disney just kind of kept releasing their titles exclusively on DVD, because by this point they already abandoned VHS. But Disney would ultimately, I actually did know that, and even though HD DVD is completely useless, I still want that accessory. I am not even being ironic in the least, I genuinely want that. Because I'm stupid like that. Can you tell? Anyway, but... Okay, but basically... But Disney was hesitant at first. I have an Xbox 360. The unfortunate thing, though, is that I have a controller for it that does not work. So I have a working 360, I don't have a working controller. Show it. I fucking can't. I mean, it's right here. Right here. But I can't, physically pick it up and... Okay, anyway. New controller, I plan to. But anyway. Again, I can't physically bring the 360 over here and show it on camera. I know you're talking about new... Anyway. But Disney was initially... Amazon. Jesus Christ. Anyway. Disney was initially hesitant to join the HD bandwagon. Because again, you don't know which format is going to win. But I guess Disney realized it was kind of a one-sided battle anyway, and they ultimately picked their winner early on. That winner, of course, was Blu-ray. So, starting in 2006, Disney began to release select titles on Blu-ray. Select titles. Yeah, Blu-ray won by default. But yeah, in 2006, Disney released select titles on Blu-ray. Although their initial offerings were kind of funky. You see, the initial Blu-ray offerings from Disney did not include any of their most recent animated or most recent live-action titles. Instead, we're rotting on the shelves. I don't really clearly remember it because I was fucking 1. Anyway, but that was back when I was still pure. I am not pure anymore. far from pure. I'm far from pure, and I'm no way pure. Anyway, back when you went poopy. I still go poopy. What are you talking about? But anyway, basically, why yes, I did just say that on camera. You know what's funny? That's definitely still not the... That is still not the worst thing I have ever said on this show. 20 episodes in. But anyway. Basically, Disney's initial Blu-ray offerings... I like jumping girls. Normally, I would not touch that to avoid issues. But instead, I'm just not going to touch that because it speaks for itself. Anyway, Disney's initial Blu-ray offerings between 2006 and early 2007. Oh no, that's not bad at all. Anyway, but Disney's initial Blu-ray offerings were miscellaneous live-action titles. And what's funny about these initial Blu-ray offerings from Disney, these initial releases from 2006, like Hocus Pocus released in 2012 on Blu-ray. Yeah, I did mention Hocus Pocus on Blu-ray, but that was released on the format in 2012. Many years later. I'm talking 2006. Anyway, basically, Disney's early Blu-ray offerings were pretty much just random live-action titles. And not only that, but they were hardly any titles from the Walt Disney Pictures banner. It was mostly Touchstone Pictures, Hollywood Pictures, and Miramax Films type. Shut up. But yeah, most of what Disney released on Blu-ray in 2006 was from Touchstone Pictures, Hollywood Pictures, and Miramax Films. And what's funny is Blu-ray did... Okay. There you go. Anyway. And what's funny about these early Disney Blu-rays... Okay, Blu-rays have more storage space than a DVD. You can fit way more data on a Blu-ray disc than you can on a DVD. Oh. Anyway. But, yeah, Blu-rays... Well, some Blu-rays can hold more than that. Yes, some can hold... Let me just fact-check this. Yeah, some... Okay, yeah, I'm still looking anyway. Yeah, on a single layer they can hold 50 gigabytes, but on a dub, good lord. Yeah. So what would be a 3-disc DVD would only be a 2-disc Blu-ray. What would be a 2-disc DVD would just be a single-disc Blu-ray, and so on. Anyway, but Blu-rays could hold a ton more data. So you would think Disney would take full advantage of that. Not in 2006. Pretty much all of Disney's early Blu-ray releases were bare bones, just the movie. Bare bones, vanilla, you name it. Occasionally, if you were lucky, you would get, like an audio commentary, but that was basically it. It wasn't until... Anyway, it wasn't until 2007, 1 year later... Anyway, it wasn't until 2007, 1 year later, when Disney started to get good about Blu-ray. Because here's The Guardian, and I'm pretty sure that's all the bonus features from the DVD. I don't have the DVD to compare, but that should be everything. And then, yeah, another one here. Deja Vu. Again, pretty much everything from the DVD. Oh, this is a really good one. Okay, now this is a really good one. Alright, what does it say? Learning to draw that camp will be boiled. Anyway, now here's a good one. Actually a great one. Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearl. Why is this Blu-ray so great? Well, not only did they port over pretty much everything from the 2-disc DVD. Oh yeah, I can only imagine. Anyway, this is a great Blu-ray because not only did they port over pretty much everything from the DVD, like all the same bonus features, except the DVD-ROM stuff, of course, but they also added new bonus content that was not on the DVD, and it just looks great and sounds great on Blu-ray. It's not like a colorful, vibrant movie, but yet it's very colorful. It really pops. I need to go, ho. Okay, but I'm gonna keep going without ya. So, yeah, bye. Have a day. I'm gonna finish this episode without your silly ass. Bye-bye. Have a day. Okay, well, I guess I'm putting the rest of this show on for an audience of nobody. Give me the nose before I do. Okay. Back on topic. But, yeah, bye. See you next time. No. Anyway. But yeah, this is a great Blu-ray release. Not only does it have all the same bonus features from the DVD, but new content as well. It looks and sounds great on Blu-ray. And it's the same amount of discs as the DVD anyway. Just 2 discs for everything. So yeah, great release. They did a great job on this one. Okay, well, it is 12:20 a.m. We sadly do not have an audience for this episode. I was kind of hoping, Spider, the OG, the bestie, would come by. But that's unfortunate. Perhaps tomorrow night. Perhaps, hopefully, because I love when he shows up. But yeah, I don't have an audience, so I can't really ask for audience or okay, anyway. Shit. Okay, yeah. Sadly, we don't have an audience for this last little part of the episode, so I'm probably just gonna wrap it, well, Urethra. Okay. I guess I'll wrap up this stream, since I don't have an audience. Let me just put this away. There we go. Okay. Anyway. Alright. Since we sadly don't have an audience for this last little part of the episode, I guess I'm just going to wrap this up with a new segment. Just collecting, or collecting tips, whichever you want to go by. On a previous episode of Wonder After Dark, we talked up the Criterion Collection. In fact, we've talked up Criterion quite a bit on the show. Well, anyway, if you want to get into buying some Criterion Collection movies, let me give you a bit of advice. While I am very much a completionist, and I like to have a full set of something, if you plan to purchase any Criterion Collection titles, I actually don't recommend, buying everything. Not because they're really any bad movies, but really, if you want to get into Criterion, I would simply just recommend buying the movies that you know you will enjoy and that you think are worth a purchase, whether you've seen the movies before or not. I mean, shit, these are all three movies that, yes, I've seen before, and in 2 cases have owned before. Well, I have this one on VHS, but these are worth the upgrade. These are worth the purchase. The upgrade and the purchase. And it's not just upgrades, it's, movies you don't already own. But yeah, there's a collecting tip. If you want to get into the Criterion Collection, just buy the ones that you want the most and buy the ones that you know you will like the most. So yeah. Okay, but yeah, there's a collecting tip for you. well, I think we're done here. We've talked up... Jesus, it's hot in here. Okay. Alright. Anyway. I think we're done here for tonight's episode. I've talked up, Barbie and the associated Barbenheimer, phenomenon. We talked up the early era of Disney on Blu-ray, and we gave some lovely little collecting advice. I'd say that's plenty of great episode material, great live stream, great everything material. So, yeah. Well, if you're wondering what we're covering on tomorrow night's episode, I really don't know. I wish I knew, but I don't know. I guess I'll probably just decide on a whim, perhaps. But, it is 12:27 a.m. We are at 87.5 minutes. It's not the longest that this show has ever gone on, but, it's not the longest this show has ever gone on, but it's kind of typical, kind of standard. So, I think we're done here. Just getting a little picture for my own amusement. Where is it? There it is. Anyway. Okay, but... yeah. I think we're going to wrap up the show here, so... always remember... anyway, but... what we're doing on tomorrow night's episode, I have yet to determine. To be determined and to be continued. So, but, yeah. I think we're done here. That's all the time we have for tonight. But always remember, eat your cereal, go to bed, to be continued. God made you special, and He loves you very much. Good night, and